With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
Our question is, what type of intermolecular forces exist between ammonia and C6H6, right? That is benzene. Dispersion forces, dipole-dipole forces, dipole-induced dipole forces, and dispersion forces, dispersion and dipole-dipole forces. So over here we are supposed to tell that what type of intermolecular forces exist between ammonia and benzene. So if we first of all talk about ammonia, we have this structure of ammonia. We have one lone pair, and then we have 3 bond pairs like this, right? So if we talk about its polarity, it is a polar molecule, right? If we draw the individual bond dipoles, nitrogen, because it's more electronegative than hydrogen, so our individual bond dipole would be towards nitrogen because it is always from less electronegative to high electronegative element. Same would be for this bond and same would be for this bond, and in case of lone pair it is towards lone pair, right? Now so we can say that the mu resultant, that means our net dipole moment, is upwards, right? So this becomes a polar molecule. Then if we talk about benzene, in case of benzene, what is happening, that we have this type of structure for benzene, right? We have carbon-carbon bonds and we also have carbon-hydrogen bonds. Now in case of carbon-carbon bonds, there is no electronegativity difference between them, so there would be no polarity in these bonds. If we talk about carbon and hydrogen, carbon is slightly more electronegative than hydrogen, right? So individual bond dipole would be towards carbon like this, and these individual bond dipoles, they are present in such a manner that they cancel out each other. So what happens is that our C6H6, that is benzene, it becomes non-polar in nature, right? So now if we talk about the intermolecular force between our ammonia molecule and our benzene, that is C6H6, right? What kind of forces can be there? Now ammonia we know is a polar molecule, so this would act as a dipole, right? Because this is polar. So this dipole, this can basically induce polarity in this non-polar benzene, right? This dipole can induce polarity in our non-polar benzene molecule, right? And hence the intermolecular force that would be present between them would be dipole induced dipole, because one is polar and one is non-polar. So this is the type of force that can exist between them. Then if we talk about between two benzene molecules, C6H6, right, two benzene, they are both non-polar, right? So the force that exists between two non-polar molecules is the dispersion force. This is the dispersion forces, right? So this is basically the type of van der Waals force only that exists between two non-polar molecules, that exists between two non-polar molecules, right? So if we look at our options, first is saying dispersion forces only, then so this would not be correct because we also have dipole induced dipole forces. Then dipole forces, not correct, we have dipole induced dipole forces and dispersion. Then third is saying dipole induced dipole and dispersion, so this would be our correct option. Then fourth is saying dispersion and dipole forces. So again dipole induced dipole forces are not given in this option, so this also won't be correct. So our answer to this question would be option number 3. We have dipole induced dipole forces that exist between ammonia and C6H6, and there are also dispersion forces that would be existing there.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level, trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.